I woke up from my nap because of what happened in the crypto market right after I posted my last video. I think some outside news caused all of these coins to drop in value, right? That's the best thing ever. So let's talk about it. Right now, that was the cherry on top. Later in today's film, I'll talk about the news from outside the country. But first I want to talk about XRP since it just came out. Shield versus C because there is still a motion for an indicative decision open. The parties have asked the Second Circuit to keep the appeals on hold and ask the CC to file a progress report by August 15, 2025. We know what the data is and when it was collected. I only needed to know that, and I knew it would likely be late. I even said that in the movie I made yesterday, right? For the simple reason that I don't think the charts are ready yet. I'm going to suddenly explain how this fits into the charts. In other words, the CC and Ripple have sent a progress report to the Second Circuit and asked that the appeals be put on hold until the district court makes a decision. To be polite, this is not at all a bearish sign. In fact, it's extremely positive. Still, it's a strong sign that the case is over, folks. This only gives them time to make sure they file properly with both courts. This is my thing. And here's what I'm going to do about what's really going on, because I'm not going to lie. I'll be honest. I really thought, in other words, I was really confused because I asked myself, how are cryptos pumping when? The right hasn't stopped. Okay, guys, now that we have a guide, things are starting to make sense. Right after we dumped, but this dump, the news just came out, by the way, so this dump wasn't connected to this dump. This dump happened just now, a short time ago. Now I really believe that prices will go up and never stop at the time when extra P bottoms south will be from the end of this month to the end of next month. That's why I still say this, right? Even though I'm so positive, guys, my alerts are acting strangely right now. They took away something nice, I don't know. Now I have to set them back up, Gus. Is that what the people who run the markets want? Do they want to leave this liquidity below before they pump XRP to new all-time highs? Look at how much cash is being built up. They come down for it. It doesn't bother them. They took it here, but then they pumped it again just before they came down for it. It doesn't bother them. What's going on here? It looks like they want to play with us, right? They keep going down, but then they say, "Nope, Scott, you're crazy. Let's pump it up." Guys, that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. So, are we optimistic or pessimistic? That being said, there are a few things that affect this. If you look at what happens next, you can see that XRP Bollinger Bands or tightening have been present every time this has happened. So what do you notice about XRP? When it hits the group, that green line right there, things get complicated. Let's say that XRP does well. Also, we're stuck in a pattern. This top trend line is still holding us back, folks. We need to go above, right? I was going to long to what did this happen? Let me check that. Also, take a look at that. In the last movie, I said that if it came out to 220, it actually touched that number. By the way, that number is 280. That's crazy, right, guys? I haven't had any XRP in a while. I didn't because I thought they would come down here in a few days. I figured I could buy some XRP here soon, and then maybe write about my trip. I hope that trading XRP goes well for me. But it does look a little strange so far, doesn't it? It's so risky in the markets and around the world that we pump and then dump. It's not as much of a pump and dump, and that's true for all cryptocurrencies. We use that for Bitcoin and everything else, right? And then the numbers are crazy if you look at XRP via's Bitcoin. Take a look at this, guys. Please let me know if you're okay. Let's say you had a lot of money. You run the bots that run the markets, right? And as you can see, there are hundreds of millions or even billions of dollars worth of free money to be had here. What are you going to do? What would you do? Would you pump the asset and leave the money behind, or would you just take it and then pump it? A or B? Yes, right on. You can't be tricked by a market maker if you think like one. The problem is still there. You can see that there is liquidity by comparing XRP to Bitcoin below. In this case, all XRP needs to do is this. Just go down and up. What the heck is the drop on that? The drop is no more than 30%, the most. That's it. It can happen in just one day. Don't be scared, people. There might be a way to save XRP here. After getting final approval from AUS Key Purpose Investments, we'll start the Purpose XRP ETF on the Toronto Stock Exchange on June 18, 2018. Tomorrow, this will start. We also said that the start of ETF could be like a warning sign it relies on. We have to wait until tomorrow. I think you should wait until tomorrow. Well, Franklin Templeton is asking for a spot extra PTF, so there you have it. And the choice will be made tomorrow, guys. It's good for the short and long run if it gets approved. I think there will be volatility because Bitcoin was volatile on the day it was accepted. Why this is such a good long-term bet is because it will work out. Tomorrow might not be the day. We'll see. It doesn't matter though, because the middle to long term is going to be very bullish, because it's not just one organization. It's more than one, right? Franklin Templeton only met one person who is in charge of funds worth over $1.5 trillion. Picture a lot of money coming in. It's going to happen exactly as planned. Prices will rise until excitement sets in. I think the case is being put off because XRP is probably not ready for that move higher yet. Second, I think they want these other bills and ETF to pass first, right? So it looks like the cherry on top will be that the cases are officially over, and it's time to roar. Votes on the Genius Act's final passage will happen tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Yes, this is the last vote the bill will get in the Senate before it goes to the House. Tomorrow it happens. Okay, guys, there's still a lot of news coming. The Clever Act lets a lot of things happen. Is that why the case is taking so long? It looks like it is. They're going to flood it after making sure everything else is ready. Let David Shorts explain, because this is how the Genius Act relates to stable coins. We can all see that steady coins are the best example of this. There isn't a product that is more used by institutions than stable coins. The play institutions are being launched. They are direct customers or businesses. That's right, stable coins are the best way for institutions or trap fight to get into the cryptocurrency market. Beautiful. In chess, it's called a checkmate move. We've seen billions of dollars worth of DeFi change hands thanks to these stable coins. It is possible to borrow stable coins to pay for things like computer loans in trustless public layer 1's environments. Institutional goods give builders the materials they need to build on top of them. And the XRP ledger is changing to support these real-world business financial use cases without giving up what it stands for. The whole point is to give people the tools they need to make the next wave of mass acceptance in retail possible. It's best shown by this. We'll see you soon. To be fair, I think we're going to pump, right? Okay. It looks like bad news doesn't bother the markets very much. These are the Truth Social files for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF from President Trump. After that, Michael Saylor buys $100,000 worth of Bitcoin. This man is not going to stop. Why? The amount of money Metaplanet spent on Bitcoin was 16 billion yen. Okay, so things I don't know, but it looked like everything was going great. And AC said you could officially sign the papers to complete the new trade deal. Trades were happening today, and the US president said, "I now want to make a deal." Everything looked good, and maybe even the Federal Reserve was going to say, or it's possible that the Black Swan wouldn't speed up if everything was going well. They really could have gone for a cut in the next day and a half and 15 hours. It's now literally nothing. There is a 0.2% chance that the Fed will cut rates. Rates will stay the same. I don't know why things look good. But all of a sudden, everything went down. Everyone